Hello, everyone, and welcome. So glad you're here today. So, I have been just crafting my little heart out today. In our last live, I actually made, I think it was the last one that I made this teacher gift. Well, I needed to make another one. And so, in advance of Jay's live, I'd been working on this all day. Basically, well, not all day. I'd made this the other day. Um, Hopefully, everyone can hear me okay. Give me a thumbs up, somebody, if you can hear me all right. Oh, good. Okay. Hey, Shannon. Anyway, so I made this box here on Cricut, and then I needed to fill it with some flowers. This is another teacher gift. Teacher gift. I used the Simon Says stamp. We are so grateful for you, teacher sentiment. And then I was twirling all these. Let me change the view here. I was twirling all of these flowers up. So I made this, and so this is what I was doing right before Jay went live. Oh, good. It sounds great. Good. Anyway, so that was fun, but I've got the two gifts that my daughter needs for this next week. And my other daughter, um, I don't know if she's wanting some cards or not. I did make one on my craft for my craft roulette, which I did while we were crafting with Elvie and friends the other night. I made my craft roulette card. I don't even know where it is. It's around here somewhere. But I had seen Simon Says Stamp recently came out with a hummingbird die set, and I'd seen Tina Smith working with it this week, and I thought it reminded me that I had this Spellbinders pop-up hummingbird set, and I hadn't worked with it in a while, and I kind of liked what Tina did with her cards, so I was kind of taking some inspiration from that, and I dug this out. Now, I had previously made this card, and I actually came across it today because we were doing, our church was doing cards for teachers just to thank them. They're going to take donuts in, I think, on their first day, and cards. And so they were asking people to contribute cards. And so my sister, my stepmom, and I, they came over and we selected 45 cards, and we signed off on all those 45 cards to take to the church so they could give them for the teachers when they start school. And I knew I had come across this one. And so this is the one where I had previously used this die set and made it. We're going to do something a little different tonight, but it has a pop-up mechanism in it. And I still have this card. It's been a long time ago since I made this card. I don't even remember when I got this die. But anyway, I thought we'd work with it today. I thought it would be fun. And I also mentioned in my description box, I also mentioned I was going to use a newer embossing folder. And so I've got this Nature's Botanical Wreath embossing folder. And I went ahead and embossed because I used my big die cutting machine to emboss it. And I'm just going to use my little one tonight. But I went ahead and embossed this panel here, and we're going to make a 5x7 card. Now, this obviously would certainly fit on an A2 size card, but I wanted to use this embossing panel here, and it is called Nature's Botanical Wreath. And I thought it would be fun to use it. So we're going to make a 5x7 card, and I just thought that would be a lot of fun. So I did mention scraps, and as I was digging through my scrap pile, one day when I was doing some ink smushing, one of my grandkids wanted to ink smush with, and they actually grabbed a card base and did some smushing and some inking on it. And this has been in my scrap bin along with several other scrap things. I mean, I just grabbed all of these little scraps, and I'm going to work with them, I think, to create the elements of my card. But I did a cleanup on my scrap bin not too long ago. I mean, got everything and cleaned it up, and I am right back in, a mess. I've just got a basket here that I'm throwing them in, and there's all kinds of things in here. Ink blended panels. This was probably cleaning up the desk after, because I don't like to waste the ink, and you could do something with that, but there's just all kinds of just really weird things in here. I've got a panel that I've embossed, and so there's lots of junk in here. And so I went in there and I thought, oh, I'm going to do this because it's similar to how I did the hummingbirds last time, and I really liked them with the kind of the multicolor. And so I thought we would just use this to die cut out and use some of these pieces and just get started making a card. So I think that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to bring in my little scalp, and we'll just start laying our things down. So basically what you've got here is these are the wings, and I'm going to have to do a couple sets because I'm thinking I will do a bird on the outside. And that's kind of where I got my inspiration from Tina. And then I think I will go ahead and make the pop-up element. So I'm going to use, I'm just going to, well, I'll grab some scissors real quick. I'll just cut this down to a size that's more manageable for the scout. And we'll do some die cutting. So I think our wings are going to be out of the lighter colors, and then our body will be out of this darker color here. So, and I think we can cut them both in half. Yeah, and do it that way. So we'll just cut these in half, and then we'll just go for it. So I haven't done any ink smushing in a while, and I really enjoy doing that. I like doing that. I need to play around with that some more. So I'm just going to do the body and the wings, and then we'll do another set as well. But you get two bodies with this because it's made, to be front and back for the pop-up element. So we'll have that. But anyway, so let's just get started and see what we can come up with here. I've got a plan for the embossed folder as well. I've kind of done a little work ahead of time for it because I didn't know how long it would take to do a pop-up card. I think it's fairly quick. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've done it. So anyway, let's just see what we turn out here. So I think these will be some very pretty wings, just to have the dimension of color there. And then we've got the body. And I think what I did, you're going to fold it for the inside, but I think what I did on the front of the card is maybe just cut it in half and did it that way. But I think that'll be quite interesting. And we'll lay these aside because we might use them for some more. But let's go ahead and do it again while we're at it. And so we'll have a bird for the outside as well as the inside. And I've got my plates. I probably have told you that. I've got them taped down on there so that they don't move around on me, because I'm a disaster when it comes to crafting. I can pretty much get them in there crooked and mess them all up. So anyway, so we've got another set of wings. And then this. All right, we'll lay that aside. And I've got a sentiment ready already because I was trying to think of, I always forget. It's like I always forget about sentiments, and you need those. So we're not going to need a lot of black, but let me think. Trying to think what my beak and my eyes, I'm going to want out of black. So I'm just going to need, probably just, I'll run that through twice because we're going to have two birds. And we've got these floral elements. And I think the larger one I wanted to do with a dark blue. So I'll just cut this down. Well, I'm going to cut it down too far and then I won't. Yeah, let's just do it like that. And we can lay that on there. And then I was thinking, what have I got here? Oh yeah, this. Let's see if we can get all this on here. I was thinking I would run this through on this, and I think it'll fit. Just trim it down. My scissors have got some adhesive on them, and they shouldn't, because I have scissors that I use adhesive on, but something's making them stick. So we'll go ahead and die cut these out, and then we'll get some more of them die cut out. We'll just get everything die cut out and ready to go. And hopefully that'll all just stay on there and not move around. I could put some tape on there, but I guess I'm being lazy. So we'll just run this through. Whoops, I probably should. I maybe should have done that. We'll see. I might have, because I'm not sure I got all of that pressed. Oh yeah. Yeah, that'll work out. Good deal. And then I'm going to need to run the black through again, because that's two beaks and two eyes, which those eyes are tiny. There's one right here. Oh goodness. And one right here. So hopefully we won't lose those. That's entirely possible. And I messed that flower up just a little bit. I may want to run that one through again. Let's just see. Okay, so we're going to run our black through again and get another set of beaks. And then I've got some orange paper here for the inside, which I think these are called the stamens of the flowers. I'm going to run them through. And you can see I've got another piece left in there from the last time I did it. I could actually use that, and then I wouldn't have to die cut out. Probably should do that since we're trying to bust up these scraps. Just go ahead and use whatever I've got there. I think I might have had a wing too. I think there was an extra wing, but I just had one. And that would blend quite nicely with that. I've obviously used similar colors, but I don't need that since I already die cut them out. But anyway, so we'll just do this. So, oh, I should mention today is my husband and I's 34th wedding anniversary. Today is our anniversary. We did go out on Friday night and go out to dinner, and I need to check out the chat. Okay, everybody's talking about Jay's assistant is better at napping than cleaning up things. And it looks like Don's talking about the humidity. Your scissors are pretty rusted closed. Oh, wow. Yeah. So, oh, thanks, Cordelia. Yes. Yvette, thank you. Appreciate it, everyone. Very nice. Yeah, so my husband's here, but he's in the other room. He's watching a series that he found interesting. He just got back. He was playing pool with one of his friends, and he just got back, and he said he was going to watch whatever that series is, and he was hungry, and I said, well, there's some bacon in there that you can eat, and so I grabbed a couple pieces of bacon right before we went live. I thought I needed to get something to eat, but anyway, so let's see. Oh, thanks, Jay. Appreciate it. So we've also got some leaves in here, and I've got this green. Oh, these are actually the breastplate of the hummingbirds. So I think I'm going to take maybe a lighter color here and die cut them out. And then it'll cover up some of that darker that's on there because I don't like that as well. But I just wanted to use that panel. So we'll do that. And we're going to cut some leaves out of this. And I think we've got everything. And the other thing we have, I'll go ahead and we've got this die, which is this. And I think we could probably use that. We'll see. I might want a lighter color just based on the color scheme I went with. But we'll see. And then you have the piece that you use for, this is how you pop up your birds and your flowers. So we're going to need to die cut that out probably in white, so it'll be less noticeable. But let's go ahead and let me see, cut this down. And I know I've got some white scraps over here. Yeah. And like I said, I'm just trying to get rid of these scraps because I am just tired of them. I'm telling you what, they can just overrun you. So I think how this works is you lay this inside of this and die cut it out. Let's just go ahead and bring in some tape and go ahead and tape that down. I'm not sure, but it has like little notched areas that I think you're going to attach to your base. Let's see if I can show you. There's like these white pieces, and then you slide like part of your tail feathers in there and part of your flower in there, and it's just like a white piece. What I should have done probably is laid another panel over that so you didn't see that mechanism, but I still have that card. So anyway, so let's go ahead and die cut. So let's see, you think, what are we talking about? Oh, they're talking about the kitten playing, and when you get overwhelmed with scraps, you just trash them. That's what Yvette says. Last time I got overwhelmed, I picked out what I wanted, and then I saved it, and I went out to we have a little fire pit in our backyard, and I went out there and I set them ablaze. And while I was doing that, I also took out any packaging, because for some reason I thought, oh, I should keep the box to this, or that. And I got rid of them all. I had myself a little bonfire in the backyard and got rid of that. So but I'm back to where I was, and that's how it goes. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do another one like this for the flower portion of it. And pardon me. And I'm going to bring in my tape. Oh, I always drop something in my life. I think it's because I got too much stuff around me. And I'm going to, I got to take a drink. I'm going to sneeze. Do a second one of those. Maybe that bacon is getting to me that I just consumed. Anyway, all right, so we'll get these die cut out, and I think we'll be ready to assemble, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think I want 2 leaves for that flower. We may decide we want more, but we'll start with 2 and see what happens. And then these, like I said, are the breastplate for the birds, the hummingbirds. And then we've got these pieces that will hold down or help us to create our pop-up mechanism. Okay, so let's get these dies put away before I lose them all. They're all over the place. Let's see what's going on. Not enough space to keep scraps. I agree. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you what. And my sister, she's not on here, I don't think tonight, but she's like, don't throw that away. That's good. Look at that. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I can't function with all that. It's just too much. Anyway, so we're going to bust through some of these tonight with what we've done here. And it was kind of fun to find this in that pile so that I'd have something interesting to kind of work with, because I could have created one, but I didn't have to because they're already there. So this panel's ready. But I think what we're going to do is do some assembly on our bird and our flowers before we get going with that. So the flowers are, this is obviously the biggest, and these little pieces here, you bend down, and that's what goes into this little mechanism here. And then this tail on the bird is really long here, and it has a scoring mark, and that's what goes through there to hold that down as well. So just to help you understand that. So I think what we'll do is assemble our flower first, and you get it to where, I want to get it to where, let's see, there's like a scored, you're going to want to line it up to where you can bend it, actually go like this, and then you're going to want to bend it. And I noticed on this last one, I didn't like how I finished it, so I want to make sure I did. I didn't quite finish that inside piece as well as I should have, so I'm hoping to do better on this one. And it looks like I put 4 leaves on it. So I think what I'll do is just kind of get them laid down, kind of attach them like that. And then what you'll do is you'll bend it so that it can go in there. So I think that's what I will do, is do it like that, and then it will bend like that. So we're going to overlap. So let's just overlap this one, and hopefully I'm doing it right. It's been a minute since I've done it, but we'll just overlap that one. And then we've got the shape that will press down so that it will close when you close your card. I'm going to try to get that lined up a little bit better there. And let's just bring in the bone folder. I've got glue on there, so let's just press that down really well. And so now we've got, it should open and close then when we assemble it. And then we're going to do the same thing, I think, with this one. And make sure I get it lined up right. And I think I glued it down last time wholly, and I don't think you necessarily have to. I think you can assemble it and then get the pieces lined up and stick them through there together. So hopefully that'll work. We'll give it a try and see. So we did, let's see what's going on. Thanks, Brenda. I appreciate the anniversary wish. And Yvette will take that and tell myself, let's see what's Lala saying. We'll take that and tell myself that so I can either use or throw some of those scraps away. And Donna suggesting to make master boards, Lala, or die cut small things out. That's a great idea, to just to set and die cut things out, and then you have them. So let's see. He did take out some cardstock scraps today to die cut Halloween apothecary labels. That's a good idea. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Lala. Yeah. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this glued up. I could sit there and look at the chat and chit chat, but I need to, I guess, get moving on this. Anyway, so we've got this one, and then we'll just layer it. We got to get it in the right direction so that they line up. And it's going to go like that. I think that's going to be pretty. And then this one, we're going to assemble it And like I said, I don't feel like I had it quite lined up as I should have on the last one, and I want to do a better job of it this time. And so we'll just bring that and line that up. And hopefully you guys can see this. I'm just going to line it up like that. And I think what I'll do is grab my tweezers and just pinch that together until that glues. And we'll work on this at the moment. So let's go ahead and get this one lined up. And I think what I want to do is just glue those little like fork things together so that they can be tucked into that strip together. And it'll be a real strong, because there'll be, 3 pieces of cardstock there. And so I'm just going to push them together and just kind of hold them. Let them get nice and stuck together there. Hopefully you can see that all right, but that's how that works. Isn't that pretty? So yeah, I think this is going to come together and be pretty. So hopefully this is adhered enough now. I think it probably is. And we'll just put some little glue on here and we'll get it stuck in there and see if we can't get it lined up. So hopefully you guys can see this. I'm just going to push it down in there and then just push it together like that. And I think what I'll do is just let this set aside and dry and work on my birds. And then we'll put it through our piece that's gonna, and it'll fold like that. So I think that'll be nice. I like those colors together too. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on our birds. So let me see. We've got these that actually lay on here like this is how they lay. Let me see if I can get them lined up right. And this one would go this way. Oh, it's hard to see because of the inking that I did, but there is a nice etched detail on there that shows you how to line that up. So if I hold it right in the light, I'll be able to line it up appropriately. So we'll just do that. I'll get it held up there, and hopefully you guys can see that all right. And we'll just line that up right on there, and that's how it goes, just like that. We'll do that. And then we'll do the other one. And get it laid down on there. And so that just adds just a little bit of lighter or different color to the breast of the bird. And then next we have, let's see, let's go ahead and glue this part together, and then we can put our wings and our nose and our eyes on there. So we'll just go ahead and, but we don't want to glue these together. Let's just double check what we did here. So yeah, we want to keep the back part of it. We just want the upper body glued together and leave the back part of it open so that it can spread. So that's what we need to do. So we'll just do the body and leave the tail alone. Anyway, did you guys see that die set from Simon Says Stamp that was a hummingbird? Oh, okay. What are we talking about here? Been purging lots. Oh, Dawn, I have said that. My kids have heard me say that, that, I'm purging stuff so that they don't have to do it, because I had to do for my mother-in-law, and I don't want my kids to have to do that as well. So I completely understand that. Brenda says she understands that too after helping her husband with his parents. I had to do my husband's mom's house basically solely by myself, because my husband she was actually in the nursing home, and he was taking care of her and spending time with her, and then I just worked the house for him so that he didn't have to mess with that. And it really is it's a very emotional experience, especially she could, because she didn't know what was going on and everything, and was in bad shape, and it's a really challenging thing to do. So I completely understand that, and I've told my kids, and I know your kids probably don't like to hear you say that, but yeah, decluttering is very important, for sure. So these, let's see, we want to make sure we've got the opposites so they can go together. Trying to make sure I get them right. So I'm going to have one going one way and one going the other. And I think that'll work just fine like that. So I just put a dab of glue right there, and we're just going to pick it up and lay down. This wax tool here is pretty much shot. So hopefully I can pick them up with this. And then your fine edge glue thing is good for this, because this is not a very big piece to work with. And I'm just going to try and flip that over, maybe. Yeah, that's the side that goes up. And then lay it down on there, and then just try to get it lined up as best I can. And that's not too bad there, I don't think. And so that's your beak on your bird. And you got 2 layers there. And then I had my tiny little eyes, and I'm hoping I haven't lost them already. They were on my desk at one point. Where did they go? Oh, there's 2 of them. Okay. So we'll get them laid down on there. Hopefully I can find the other ones. And there is a nice embossed detail there for that. And for the bird on the inside, we're definitely going to do both eyes, because you'll see both sides of it. And because this wax doesn't have a very good tip on it, couldn't hardly get that laid down. Flip it over and do the other side. And I got to angle it to see the area. It's not easy to see. Let me grab a different tip. This one's a lot better here, but it needs tightened. And there we go. So there is our hummingbird without its wings. And then we'll just take the wings and let's see. I should have, yeah, I've got one that would go like this, and then one that'll go the other direction. And so we'll get them laid down on here. And I think that's pretty much about how they go. Hopefully you guys can see all right. I know I could zoom in a little bit more, but let's see, lift my desk up, maybe get a little bit closer, because we're doing some of these pieces. I'll probably have to stand up, but I don't mind standing up and craft. But anyway, so we'll just lay the wings down there on this. And let's see. You're very organized, you think, but there's still too much. We'll need to let go of things slowly, loving the mindset that you have. All you need to adopt them. Being organized doesn't mean I can have more. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have to have everything. And it's expensive. So, you want to craft with what you have and get the most out of it. So that was part of the reason why I wanted to, because I had seen that set and I was like, I have a set and I don't need it. So I just need to pull mine out and work with it. And I could kind of use the inspiration from Tina's card. I think I said at Tina Smith, I had seen it on her channel, and kind of create a similar card just using the materials that I have. And that was one of the things that I enjoyed about her video, was she saying, today's video, because she made a floral card, but she said, you could use a different border die and you could use a different floral die and do pretty much the same thing, and just kind of encourage you to use what you've got, which is great. So there, I think we pretty much have this hummingbird together, and we've got some real different colors on there because we've used this ink smushed panel that I had in my stash. And then this one, we're not going to need to worry about doing both sides of it, because we're only going to show one side, but I'm going to go ahead and just bend it and glue it all together. And I think what I did before was I kind of trimmed up this tail so you didn't have this wild looking tail on the front, because it looks kind of a little bit crazy, because this is the part that you hook it together. So I think what I'll do is go ahead and just glue this together, and this will, because this is going to go on the outside of our card, and I think it'll be pretty. And we'll just glue it together, and then we'll assemble it. And I think I'm just going to take, I've got some little scissors here, and we'll just kind of take and first of all, we need to get this lined up better. So hopefully you can see that. And then we'll just kind of take it and make a similar looking angle maybe as the other ones, but I think that'll work out all right. Does it look good from both sides? I think it'll be okay. Yeah. So we've got that. And I'm going to put my bird on this side of my card because I've got something planned for this side over here. And so we're just going to do the same thing and go ahead and let's make some space here so I have some room to work. And just get our breastplate laid down on here. And we only need the one, which is this one. So we're going to have some really fun blue on there. So that'll be pretty. And that'll look nice. So we'll get that laid down on there and just try to follow that etch detail. I needed to move it up a little bit and just bring that in. And so that's going to put some nice, pretty blue on there. And then we've got this wing here that will go on here. And I actually could go ahead and double that up and just make a little bit more dimension on there. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's just go ahead and glue these two together and we'll just add some dimension and we won't waste that wing that I just cut out there. Just try to get that lined up good. And then we'll lay that down on there and it'll come together pretty quickly. Make sure I got it going the right way. Yep. And we just need some glue on the edge there. And I may have to put some thin foam tape underneath there just to make it lay right. But I think that's going to be pretty. Very colorful. Okay, so we don't need that extra breastplate there, but we do need to put our beak on. And I think I'm going to do the same thing and just use both beaks on there just so I've got some stability there. And I might have gotten a little too, oh, I don't want that. Like that, I think. Oop. Well, let's get our tweezers. I need to put some more glue on there. Okay, so let's see. That dry embossed background, beautiful and elegant. Well, thank you. It's going to be really pretty too because I'm going to bring in another element. And I think it'll look pretty if it turns out how I have envisioned it. And I've got to get that nose more up there where it goes. I think like that. All right, let's just get the other side on there. Try and spread that glue out a little bit so I don't have such a mess. Okay. And then we'll take this one and put it on there. Yeah, I like the bird. The one that Simon Says Stamp has was smaller, but I think it's really pretty. I like hummingbirds. We get them in our yard because I have flowers that they like. I have honeysuckle, lots of honeysuckle in my yard, and they love that. And then I've not done very good this year with my hummingbird feeder, but my mom next door, she is very good with it. So we always have the hummingbirds in our neighborhood, and they're fun to watch. You can set on sometimes my dad's porch, you can almost sit on and they'll come up. In fact, he'll sit still enough that they will almost come up right up to him, which is interesting. But they're just the tiniest little, busiest birds ever. I mean, just the way their wings flutter so fast and everything. But there's our second one, and it is assembled. So I think we are ready to, let's go ahead and start pulling our card base together because I think these elements, I think this can go in the center of that. It's got a nice fold in there. And like I said, I had that scrap, so we'll use it and we'll be able to put it in the center of that. But I think I want to get my base attached to it first is what I'm thinking I want to do. And then this is the one that goes in the inside because it's open. So let's go ahead and build our card base and we'll go from there. So what I've got is I just made my own 5x7 panel and I've got a lot of glue on here. Let me clean that up. I hate to have all that glue on there. So I dropped my little alcohol bottle. I'll just spray that on there. And I have some paper towel laying here that I cleaning with. Let's get that off of there, and that way we don't make a mess. Okay. So I just made myself a panel, and I'm going to take this embossed panel and lay down on it. I think let's go ahead and lay our bird down and our flower down in the center here so that I'm not pressing on my embossed panel and smushing it while I'm trying to get this laid in here. So I think that's probably what I should do. So let's do that. And I think, we're going to bend that just like that, so that we have the bend in the middle of our card. And there's just these tiny little slits, and the piece that was there fell out. And we'll do the bird first. And what we're going to do is just basically just easily slip them through there. Can you see that? Hopefully you can see that. Just like that. Slip that through there and get it positioned. And then we're going to just take and add some glue on there. And we'll press it down. We'll just press it down. And I'm going to hold that side. Just hold it for a minute and let it get a good adherence on there. I think that's good. And then we're going to do the same thing with this, I believe. And just press it down like that. Get it stuck real nice. And then what we need to do, let's go ahead and do our flower, because we're going to want to position them to where they go together. So we'll go ahead and do our flower. And you can see that little piece that's in there just needed to pop out. And then the score line right there. Hopefully you can see that. See how that works? Oh, yes, Lala, thank you. Yes, I do appreciate each and every one of you being here. I'm just thrilled and amazed that you guys are interested in watching my videos and my lives and stuff, and I greatly appreciate it, and I thank you for that. And I don't always remember to say, hit the like button and the subscribe button and all that, but I appreciate you guys being here, and if you would, that'd be awesome. Now, I think I'm doing this backwards. It has to go like this. Yeah. All right. And this is thicker because we've got 3 layers of those florals on there. So I've got to just make sure I get it poked through there good. And we'll just kind of tug on it a little bit and get it in there. And then we're going to have to pinch this a little bit more to get these to lay down, because we've got 3 layers of flowers there. And so we'll do that. And let's just pinch those down for a minute with our tweezers. So let's see what's going on. Yeah, I appreciate, Lala, you reminding everyone, and we still have power. Kendra, are you in the area of the storm? I'm glad to know you still have power. Yeah, that's not good. So, yeah, I know Pat's got a cousin that's down there, and I think they might be under the watch area too. Okay, so I feel like that's probably good. And then what we need to do now, I think I'll put my flower down, and let's see how much, because you want to have it to where your bird is like sticking his beak in the flower. So I want to position on that. So I think I'll go ahead and put my flower down. And I've got more landscape here on this 5x7 card than I did on the other. So I'm just kind of eyeballing where I think I want it to go. And I think it's going to go like that. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to do a little bit of tape runner and glue and see if I can get like a quick hold and then a long-term hold, and see if that'll work. So I've got my tape runner on there and it's sticking to my finger, so it is a quick hold. And then we'll add some glue to it as well, just so we can get it adhered very nicely. And I think that was about the spot where I wanted it. And I'm going to put that right in the center and then push down on these tabs and just get them laid down there and make sure that's pressed right. Yeah, I think that's going to work. So that's a pretty easy pop-up mechanism. I'm just going to get it pressed down really well. And then we have this flower that is designed to kind of cover up that. So we're going to put it in there and get it positioned. And I might want to do the same thing with that. Put a little bit of tape runner on there and then some glue, and hopefully that'll go where it's supposed to go and behave like it's supposed to behave. So I think I'm going to use this and just push it down in there. And see how pretty that is? Isn't that cute? It just, and then opens. So there we go. Now let's get our bird mechanism laid down. And I want it to be, I'm trying to get it to where it looks like he's sticking his nose in that flower. So I want to get it probably about there is what I'm thinking. So this one won't be quite as hard, I think, to lay down because we don't have to reach around the flower and stuff. So let's just position this and try to get that score line folded up with that. And then that's how that goes. Then I think the thing that I didn't do with the other one was I should put a panel down to kind of cover up those. So we'll need to think about doing that. So let's see what I've got. And we'll go back to the scrap area and see if I can, what I can do. I don't know. That may not be big enough for, well, let's just see what we've got here. It looks like, yeah, this is a full 8.5. So if we went, and I don't know how wide it is. Oh, yeah, we can, I think we can do this. Wait, no, because this is a 5x7. So let's just go 4 1/4 and see how much it covers. And I don't know how long this is. This is 6 inches long. Let's just see what we wind up with here if we would use these 2 panels to cover it up. I don't think it's bad considering that I'm just wanting to use scraps. I think I could use them. And I think that's what I'll do. Since my goal is to use these scraps up, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So how we doing? Okay, let's see. Yeah, stay safe, Kendra, for sure. It's coming right over you, but the worst won't be here till tomorrow morning. What time tomorrow? Usually it's always the worst time to approach. We'll have to be praying for you and your family. My sister's down there too. She is in the, let me see, Bel Air area, I believe, is where she's at. So hopefully at least it'll be daylight so you can be able to see what's going on and prepare and everything. Okay, I think this is going to work out. So there, that'll kind of cover up those hinges and we won't have that showing. And I think that's going to work nice. Now, I know we kind of did it backwards, but I just felt like I would smash my embossed panel if I was putting my mechanism in. So we kind of did that backwards, but I think it'll be okay. Anyway, so what I've got is this embossed panel here that is the Nature's Botanical wreath, 3D wreath. And I thought we would just lay it down on here and then we'll get the rest of our card put together. And hopefully this is going to look good. So we shall see. And I'm just kind of hitting all the areas because we got the debossed there and the embossed. Anyway. Yeah. Yes. Prayers for everyone within the storm range. So we have, we get the tornadoes here is what we get. And I know if you guys probably know that my daughter's house, I guess it's been a little over a year ago, her house got hit and her neighbors got destroyed. I mean, just right next door to her. And they were, the kids were really blessed because the neighbor's house was completely demolished. But theirs, they had quite a bit of damage, but nothing like that. So what I did before is I used some more of this green paper and I just embossed it and I went and colored some of them and I was just kind of messing around with it. And then I decided that I would fussy cut some of these out and add it and just have some color. And we forgot to put our leaves on our inside. So let's just do that real quick. I think I'm just gonna just kind of lay one down there on each side. Just kind of get it laid down on there. And put the other one. Thank you, Yvette. I appreciate that. I think it is pretty. I'm a dye person. I don't know about you guys. I really like dyes. But I will say, I'm becoming a stamp person too. I was more of a die person when I first started doing the cards, and then I have become a stamp person too because I've been having a lot of fun with stamps, and I'm also learning to color, and I think that makes a difference. I think that's why I was more of a die person because I didn't feel like I was any good at coloring, and I was like, what am I going to do with these stamps? But I've gotten better. I've gotten some good markers, and I think that's made a difference. So what I plan to do is just lay these on top of here, and I don't know, should I pop these up? I don't know if how that would look. I think maybe I just need to glue them on there because we've already got the embossing here, and then I've got these embossed. So I think we can just lay them flat. Let's just do that. So let's see. Oh, thanks, Dawn. I appreciate it. This paper here is less expensive paper, and it cracked a little bit when I embossed it, and that's part of the reason why I decided to just ink blend it and cut it out rather than use the embossed panel, because it was just some, I don't even know what it was. It's probably something from Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something like that, but it did crack. So I'm just going to try and line this up just as perfectly as I can on this. And I think that just adds some color to um, that wreath. I think it'd be pretty. And because I was thinking, we would have this on here for some additional color and just have some variation. I don't know. What do you think about that? Maybe I should have die cut them all out and just put them all on there, and that would have been really pretty. But I think for time's sake, what do you think? Should I just go with these two, or should I die cut out some more? Maybe I need a third one, just because you should do things in threes. I don't know. We could do, this one's kind of torn up. So I could do that one and we could have three together. Tell me in the chat, should I do a third one or should I just leave it as is? Let me know what you think. And I'll roll through. Let's see. Maybe the colored one's under the birds. Oh, like have a couple up there too. Well, we'll just cut some more out and we'll see. I've got a sentiment ready already that I used my better pressure and my thoughts, and I thought that'd be pretty. So let's where are my scissors that I want to use? We'll just and I'm just going to use these, and I think I'm going to go with I think I'm gonna have to do these two just because of the way that one overlaps. So we'll just do this and see what happens. And I've said before, I think I can fussy cut the same with big scissors as I can with little scissors. And my girlfriend Daria always says she cracks up when she sees me using great big scissors to die cut because she can't believe I'm doing that, or to fussy cut, I mean. Anyway, but I don't know. I haven't seen any difference whether I use small ones and these, because the paper is so thin, it's almost kind of giving away. And so it's made it very easy to kind of cut these out. So I'm just going to grab two of these here, I think. Then we'll have four. Maybe I should do three. Then we'll have five. Let's do that. And see how that's just, I'm not even snipping that, and that's just kind of breaking away because the threads, from the embossed, when you embossed it, it just kind of broke the threads of the paper. And so it's just really super easy to cut them away. So if you want to do this technique, you can use some thin paper and it'll make the fussy cutting quite easy because it's just kind of tearing away. Let's see how this looks. Get that out of there. I used to hate fussy cutting, but I guess I've done enough of it now that I don't mind it anymore. I used to think if I had to cut it, I wasn't going to make it, but now I've gotten so used to it that I'm like, and practice, certainly helps you to improve. I wouldn't say makes perfect because I'm definitely not perfect at it, but so that's why I've been practicing fussy cutting and collaring so that I can improve my skills and get better at it. Anyway, so let's see. That might look, have I got it in the right place? I don't know. No, something's not right. It's these three. I had to do these three because of the way that leaf overlapped, I think. So how would that look? Is that going to be right or not? Should I do 2? I don't know. I'm not sure. Not sure if I like that. What do you guys think? Kendra's saying the same thing about the big scissors. She doesn't know how I do that die cut with that. I'm not sure if I'm feeling that. Maybe 2 and take this one off. I don't know. Let me see. Trying to decide. Let's do these 2. See what it looks like with these 2. I'm going to have this whole panel die cut out by the time we get done here. And then it'll be like, oh, I could have done them all. We'll just go for it. See what happens. Anyway, so school starts this week for my grandkids. They start on Wednesday, and my 3-year-old grandson is going to preschool, and he'll be going half days. And I have no idea how that, I just, my kids didn't go until they were older. And I guess they have to go these days because they expect so much out of kindergarten that you have to have that preschool. Now, my kids did go to preschool, but one of them was 4 when she went, the other one was 5 because she didn't start until she was 6. But I just can't imagine this 3-year-old going for 4 hours to school. So we'll see how it goes. But I have to take him and I have to pick him up. So we will see. The first day my daughter's going to go, and she wants me to go with her so we can check out the drop-off line and figure out all the details. I think we have to have some kind of an app or something to pick them up. So it should be interesting. I think I might like that better and then put the bird here. I don't know. I'm still not completely sure. All right, let's just go ahead and do it. We fussy cut them out. I've got a mess here on my desk. Let's just see what happens. Oh, they'll have a blast. Getting ready to do 7,000 steps after Shanna's live stream. Nice, nice. I've been trying to get all my steps in. I try to get 10,000 in, but most of the time, because I'm chasing a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old, I'm getting those in because I have to chase those boys, because if not, they're going to take I told my husband they'll take the shingles off the roof, and he said, Shanna, we don't have shingles on our roof. We have a metal roof on our house, and that's common for our area. Now, what did I do? That looks different. Yeah. So we've got a metal roof. Our area is very, very common to have metal roofs. In fact, we kind of were like little trendsetters. We put it on, and then everybody started coming by our house and saying, "Who did your roof?" But we like it. They have like a 40-year lifespan or longer, I think. And so my husband was thinking it'd be the last roof we would need. So anyway, I think I'll add one more and then we'll have 5. So anyway, but yeah, those kids, those boys, I had girls, so it's a new experience for me. I just try to keep them alive because they're boys and they act like boys. Oh my goodness. So this one goes this way. How does that look? I don't know. I think I'm going to leave that one off. We'll go with this. We'll just get our bird laid down on here and see what happens. Yeah, I got his eyeball on there. I thought for a minute I was missing his eyeball, but I got it on there. So let's see. Now we've got our sentiment, and I think we're going to put it like that. So I think we'll lay our bird like this and get it laid down on there. And hopefully that'll be all right. There's a lot of white space on here. I don't mind white space, but there is a lot of white space on here. Oh, Brenda, sorry that you have to leave, but thanks for watching. So, wish you could have their boundless energy. Me too. Oh my gosh. My husband, the 3-year-old he has got a scooter that he rides, and he is fabulous at it. I mean, he can like take corners on it, and he loves it. But my husband said, well, I'll go out with him and let him scoot. And he just doesn't want to quit. And I'm like, well, you're going to be stuck out there for a while because he just does not want to quit. And the funny thing is, we live next door to our parents, my parents, and he thinks he has to go to Gigi and Pappy's to ride in their driveway instead of ours, which there is more room in their driveway because Pat has a big truck and a trailer. And so he thinks he has to go. So even when our driveway is empty, he's got to go to Gigi's and Pappy's to ride the scooter. And so they do it in his yard, which they love that. My parents love having the boys over there, and they also love my dad's house is a multi-level. Ours is just a single level, and they've got stairs, and the boys love to go over there and climb the stairs and play upstairs. They love that. But anyway, so I'm going to lay this down right here, and I think we're going to need, I've got to get it straight. Is that straight? I think it is. I think we need some embellishments because we've got so much white space on here. So I think we need to add some embellishments. But what do you think? Let's see what do you all submit your CR card? I did submit my CR card. MC trying to win the most subscriptions. I submitted it and got it done. I've got a video that will actually run tomorrow. Like I said, I made it while Gaz and all of them were on LV's channel the other night, and I was watching them and making the card. And in fact, the video that will air tomorrow, these are the perfect color for this. These are Altino, and I didn't even think about it, but I think these will be perfect. Anyway, you on the video, you'll see I'm like typing, I bring my camera or my keyboard in and I'm like typing in the chat and stuff through the video. And I mentioned, that I'm watching and chatting with them while I'm making the video. So you actually see me in my video doing that. So we've got options. I kind of like the darkest ones. Maybe those, but I think that's pretty. And we can just kind of blow the dust off of that or the glue or whatever. And we'll get this laid down on here. 4 more cards and you'll reach 150. Awesome. Bye, Kendra. Take care. We'll be praying for you. I think I was 71. Oh, thank you, Kendra. Thank you very much. She gifted a membership. Thank you very much. I think I was 71 or 72. I can't remember if it popped up and said my last submission was 71 and this would be the next. I think that's what it was. So I think I have 72. So anyway, I need a drink of tea. Okay. So let's just get these laid down. Excuse me. I knew it was coming. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze. Oh, that's terrible. Okay. So I think I want to use the little ones and just kind of place some of them around. And I never know. Is there do you guys have a kind of a rule on how you do I never know how to lay these things down. And I'm like, is there like a rule on how to lay them down to where you can get a better, I don't know. Might be, well, it's down, so it's going to go there. Get a better design. I don't know. I'm always like, how should I lay these down here? I could do that, or I could do that. I think I'm going to do that and then put one over here. I don't know. I haven't mastered that yet, but hopefully that'll be all right. So we kind of got like a little pattern. I know they say put it in a triangle or whatever, but I think we've already got the triangle going with the bird and the 2 flowers. And then you're in my thoughts. So this, I think we'll finish up our card. I think it turned out pretty good. And we're at 59 minutes. So that wasn't too bad. But I think it turned out pretty. And I can use this for a sympathy card or, get well card or anything like that. And then we've got the pop-up on the inside with the bird. And I think it looks really pretty. So what do you guys think? Do you like it? Can't see on my phone to chat. Oh, Dawn said she can't see on her phone to chat. And see, I've got glue on there. Try to clean that off. But I think it turned out really nice. There we go. Try and turn it to where you can see it really well. And then the outside, I think it turned out really, really pretty. So thank you, Cordelia. I appreciate that. Thank you, Dawn. Anyway, so I think that'll pretty much finish up our live. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys stopping by. It looks like I've got 15 people on here right now. And I greatly appreciate your time. And I know it's late for some and early for others. But I appreciate you joining me and look forward to crafting with you and talking with you on other people's lives. And it's always fun to just chit chat with everyone and see what's going on. So thanks for stopping by. And I hope you have a great week ahead. Take care. Bye bye.